overthinking. I think we need more thinking.
Because of this game, we are going to see some guys either out, more guys out tomorrow, or at least listed as questionable. I guarantee it. If nothing else, PWat will for sure either be out or listed as questionable because he took a beating tonight.
Let's try to get healthy. Let's stay together. And if we can do that, we put ourselves in a good situation.
And over the shoulder, no looker.
How's it going, everyone, and welcome. I'm CS Chandler here for another take of Nuggets basketball. So the Nuggets were on the road today, first game of a 3-game road trip in Washington. They're starting off against the Wizards again. I know we just played them recently, and now we're playing them again. And for some reason, we're playing them during Rivals Week. I don't recognize the Wizards as a rival, but I guess the NBA does, so, whatever. They'll make anything a rival these days, but and plus, Nuggets are on a 2-game losing streak, looking for a win against the worst team in NBA history. So, might as well make the most of it. And the injury list going into this game, CB, Cam Johnson, and Jokic, all three still out. However, our backup main big man, Big Val, finally would make an appearance. He was listed as questionable. He came back in this game. Let's go. Aaron Gordon, Jamal Murray, Tim Hardaway Jr. also on the questionable list. They would all play. Apparently, Jamal Murray is dealing with a little bit of a hamstring issue. Not what I want to hear. The Nuggets are just way too beaten up. And I'm pretty sure, because this is the first game of a back-to-back. They play the Bucks tomorrow. I'm pretty sure because of this game, we are going to see some guys either out, more guys out tomorrow, or at least listed as questionable. I guarantee it. If nothing else, PWat will for sure either be out or listed as questionable because he took a beating tonight. The starting lineup for the Nuggets was Jamal Murray, Jalen Pickett, PWat, AG, and Big Val. Coming back, Big Val immediately in the starting lineup. And boy, did he have an impact. Nuggets were wearing their white jerseys. The Wizards were wearing their blue and red jerseys. And the Nuggets got the win. I mean, of course they would. Of course they would. It's the worst team in the league. How are you not going to get a win? Final score, 107-97. That's right. They got that Munder. Let's go. So what happened in this game? Well, the Nuggets controlled the tip, and PWat to Big Val for the roll-in gets the first bucket of the game. PWat to AG, then on another following play in the corner for 3 gets the Nuggets up by 5. A 5-0 run to start this game off. Followed by a Swatson block on followed by a Swatson block on Middleton. Nuggets, then their offense goes cold as we typically see a little bit of a lull. That happened in this game as well, several times too, because, they're just tired. Like 17 games in 1 month, it's a lot. So, of course, we're going to see this kind of stuff. They go cold as the lead gets cut down to 1. AG then gets fouled at the arc as Wizards take the first timeout of the game. Swatson then blocks Carrington's jam. We got so many Swatson sightings in this game. It was really exciting to watch that. And then on the other end, PWat sinks a 3. So on one end, Swatson shows up. On the other end, PWat shows up. It was like a gigawatt or a PWat scenario. It was so fun. A pair of free throws for PWat also gets the Nuggets lead to 10. And then with Big Val off the floor, the Nuggets struggle to control the rebounds, giving the Wizards second chance points. That's obviously something we've seen with our bigs, and of course we would see it in this whenever Big Val would get off the floor. Nuggets still, though, managed to rein it in and outscore the Wizards 27-23. Second quarter, the Nuggets started off with a lineup of Brucey B, Jones, Big Val, Tim Hardaway Jr., and Pickett, as Tim Hardaway Jr. scores off the glass for the first bucket of the quarter. Nuggets then struggle, allowing the Wizards to get the lead by 1 with 6 minutes left in the half. PWat finally, off of a Brucey B steal, gets a 3 to drop, and Nuggets back up by 2. And then finally, Murray scores his first bucket. He did not score the entire first quarter, but he was able to, play a little bit or have some impact elsewhere. But it's most likely because of that hamstring that he was struggling. Though he would score his first bucket at with 2 minutes and 57 seconds left on the clock, with a reverse layup, by the way, too. That was his first bucket late in the second quarter. The Wizards outscored the Nuggets 23-21, but the Nuggets still maintained their lead 48-46 into the half. So a low scoring, first half for the Nuggets, and a low scoring game in general, I would say, but that's just because of how tired they are. I mean, they just played the Lakers, 48 hours ago. Now they're on the road, not even like 2 days rest or whatever. They're back into a back-to-back. Like, the Nuggets the NBA just hates the Nuggets right now. It's really ridiculous. They need to change something. Maybe get Silver out of there. I don't know. Something needs to change. Third quarter, Nuggets not able to get on the defense. Allow Johnson with a reverse layup to get the first bucket of the quarter. Ties the game at 48. And then on the other end, PWat with a corner 3 gets the Nuggets on board, and the Nuggets first to 50. PWat then immediately continues to show impact with a big block on Sarr and then a mid-range for 2. Then Big Val with back-to-back offensive rebounds and float-ins. The offensive rebounds were just really needed, and to see that happen, plus the float-ins, keeping the Nuggets alive. PWat then sinks a 3 to get his 23rd point, and then the lead up to 8. And then Murray gets fouled at the arc for a 4-point play, makes the bucket, plus the foul, gets Nuggets up by 12. That was the largest lead of the night by either team, because the Wizards would only lead by, I think, 5 at one point, maybe. I think it was 3 or 5. And the Nuggets were able to bounce back. The Nuggets then, slow to get back, allowed the Wizards to go on a 6-0 run, and then PWat tweaks his ankle after a giant killer off the glass layup, and he's a little hobbled. They have to foul and timeout and get him off the floor. He would come back, and actually a major play would happen in the fourth quarter with him, but he goes off the floor for the third quarter, or the rest of the third quarter. And while he's off, Murray shows up and has a Murray flurry, takes over without PWat, and he gets the lead back up to 9 by himself. And then the Nuggets outscore the Wizards 33-29, a much bigger margin there. And then the fourth quarter, Nuggets start off with a lineup of Tim Hardaway Jr., who is still struggling from 3. He would not make a single 3 this game. He is now 0 for 13 in the last 2 games from behind the arc. And Pickett, along with Brucey B, PWat, and Big Val, start off this quarter as the Nuggets immediately turn over the ball. Sarr goes to the line, makes 1 of 2 to get the first bucket of the quarter, and then the Nuggets start off struggling with the offensive plays. Just really not able to get much going in. Riley sinks a 3 and cuts the lead to 2. Big Val then gets fouled, being mauled. PWat loses his handle. The ball goes rolling out, and then there's a battle for the ball, and Big Val controls it, and somehow no foul gets called. Instead, a jump ball gets called, and during the jump ball, they call Big Val for an offensive call. The refs were just outrageously one-sided against the Nuggets. We are constantly seeing this right now. It's frustrating for a Nuggets fan and a Nuggets player, I'm sure, to just see how corrupt the officiating is against the Nuggets. There is always like playing the refs and everything, but this has just been too much. Like you saw several dirty plays from the Wizards, and they're again their worst team in the league, and yet they're getting favored for the calls. Like, how is that possible? They're a nobody team. They are played dirty, and yet somehow they're getting the calls. It's just learn your basketball, refs. Like, stop playing for Vegas. This is just ridiculous. So he gets called with the offensive foul. He has to go out because that is now his 5th foul. He wouldn't return for the game. And he was still on the minutes restriction, but he didn't play the amount of minutes that he was going to play because of this. And so he gets replaced by AG. And then Sarr draws a foul, which is a very light foul, mind you. He goes to the line and ties the game up at 83. Nuggets then respond with a 7-0 run to gain a lead of 7, and then Murray with an incredible save, plus a deflection, gives the Nuggets a little bit of spark late in the game, and then AG with a fadeaway mid shot gets first to 100. PWat gets then this is the major play that I've been talking about in the fourth quarter. So PWat drives to the rim, goes for a dunk, not able to make that dunk because Chris Middleton would straight up clothesline him. How dirty of a player can you be? Like, that is some Lou Dort, Rudy Gobert kind of dirty play, or Draymond Green kind of stuff. Like, why is Middleton even playing right now? He should be ejected for that kind of shit. That is so unsportsmanlike. They would review it and still not deem it a flagrant. How? Are you just able to now, WWE your way through the court? Like, that was just super, showing your hand officiating. Like, oh yeah, we're not going to call the blatant fouls, the dirty fouls that we see. We're going to, pass it off as a common foul. Like, this is the exact same frustrating kind of stuff that we saw in the playoffs last year against OKC when Murray took a hit to the face from an elbow by J-Dub, and then the next game, Gordon does the same thing to SGA and gets called with the foul. Like, here we have PWat getting clotheslined, straight up clotheslined, falls to the floor, hurting, grabbing his ankle even more, and it's a normal basketball play. And then you touch, just like a feather touch of the elbow on the Wizards, and all of a sudden that's a foul. Like, are you kidding me? Come on. That was so stupid. And it just showed just how dirty of a player Middleton is, because then in the same play, or in the same couple of seconds that happens, he immediately tries to call it for the Wizards to call for a challenge. He doesn't check on PWat. He doesn't care about PWat. He doesn't care that he just clotheslined him and possibly injured him. And then the rest of the Wizards don't even check on him. Like, how dirty of a team can you be, Wizards? Like, I lost so, not that I had a lot of respect anyways, because you guys are the worst team in the freaking history of the NBA, but then you go and do dirty shit like that. Like, come on. That was so stupid. So after they look at the play, they reviewed the play, it's not deemed a flagrant foul. God knows why. And then the Wizards challenged the play. This is so it's so ridiculous. Luckily, it would be unsuccessful. PWat goes to the line, makes both free throws, and then Pickett also with seconds left. Because then the Wizards would go to the foul game. He would get fouled, go to the line to make his first buckets of the game. Pickett didn't make anything this entire game. He was in the starting lineup, wouldn't make anything. He finally made his buckets at the free throw line with seconds left in the game. And yet he would still be a plus 16. Granted, he had some good defensive plays. He had some good offensive plays, playmaking and everything, but not one of his attempts for a field goal went in. It was a little bit of a struggle for him, to be honest, offensively. So luckily that he did get them, because then that means that every Nugget tonight that played scored. So that's good. But the Nuggets still outscored the Wizards 26-22 in that fourth quarter. They get that Munder once again with the win, 107-97, plus the season sweep. That's a great way to respond to last year's sweep by the Wizards. Sweep them this year. I love it. I love when they sweep the worst teams in the league. Come on now. That's what you're supposed to do. So Big Val coming back into the lineup was huge. We've seen how much the Nuggets have struggled on the boards. And with the first seconds of this game, you saw the impact that Big Val had on both ends of the court, rebounding wise. With Big Val, the Nuggets were even able to out-rebound their opponent for the first time in a while, 46-42. That is, like, I could cry. That is just so needed right now. You even saw how much of a relief it was on AG and Spencer Jones not having to exert so much effort in the paint and instead could space out the floor a little bit more. The Nuggets have shown how good they have been without their bigs, but now that the bigs are getting healthy and coming back, once Jokic comes back, they are going to be scary. Mark my words. Let me know in the comments what you think, but it's like I think it's just you can't ignore just how much of an impact Big Val or the bigs have with the Nuggets. Like like I said before, there's a scouting report out that they are super small. Now, that scouting report doesn't really have much effort in it now. Like, of course, you're going to wait for the non-big minutes, of course, you know. Without Jokic, there's going to be non-big minutes. But once Jokic comes back, those, the Nuggets are too small or whatever kind of reports go out the window. You can't use those anymore. So I'm so excited for when Jokic comes back, and it's coming soon. It's coming soon. We got some footage of him shooting around today. So he's getting there. He's going to have a little, brace or, wrap on his knee when he plays, but we're getting close. And they're also getting close with CB and Cam. Just hope that the rest of the team can stay healthy in these last couple of games so that we can finally get a game where all Nuggets are healthy and playing. That's all us Nuggets want right now. It's just a fully healthy team to be playing. Like, come on, let's go. But stats-wise, we had Peyton Watson playing the most amount of minutes of any Nugget tonight. He would get his career high tonight with 35 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 4 blocks. 4 blocks for Swatson. Let's go. 10 for 16 from field, 6 for 8 from 3, 9 for 10 from free throws, 1 turnover, 2 personal fouls was a plus 13. Aaron Gordon, 33 minutes tonight, 16 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal. He was 5 for 12 from field, 1 for 6 from 3, 5 for 5 from free throws, 0 turnovers, 1 personal foul was a plus 23. And as we've seen recently this month with him coming back, he has struggled a little bit from free throws. To see him not miss a free throw is much needed. It is extraordinary to see that again. Big Val, 21 minutes tonight, near 22. We could probably say 22 just to round it up. 16 points as well, 9 rebounds, a near double-double for the big man in his return, and also a revenge game. If you remember, he used to play for the Wizards last season. He only played like 40-some games for them, but still, awesome revenge game. 2 assists. He was 6 for 13 from field, 0 for 1 from 3, 4 for 4 from free throws, 0 turnovers, 5 personal fouls was a minus 3. Come on. No. Jalen Pickett, 32 minutes tonight. 2 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. He was 1 steal. He was 0 for 4 from field, 0 for 1 from 3, 2 for 2 from free throws, and apparently we heard this nice little tidbit stat line here, or a little fact, is that he hasn't missed a single free throw this season. Jalen Pickett, not 1 missed free throw. That's a pretty good stat to be backing up behind. He had 3 turnovers, though, and 2 personal fouls. He was still a plus 16. Jamal Murray, blue arrow, 36 minutes tonight. I think he played the second most minutes. He did. Yeah. And then he had 24 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. He was 9 for 17 from field, 2 for 5 from 3, 4 for 5 from free throws, 4 turnovers, 0 personal fouls, was a plus 18. There's no way he is not a reserve all-star this year. And like I heard the DNVR guys say this, like how crazy it's going to be when he's working so hard right now, and when he finally gets an all-star voting is when he needs the break the most. But I mean, I'm sure he's going to love being an all-star regardless, just to, have that on his resume that he was an all-star, not just a champion, but also an all-star champion. I mean, you do that, plus you win another chip. I don't see how Jamal Murray isn't the best number 27 in Denver sports history. Like, I know a lot of people say Atwater of the Broncos, and right now that is true. But once Jamal becomes an all-star and he gets a second chip, I love Atwater, but Murray's going to be the number 127 for me. Bench-wise, not a lot there. Not a lot there for the bench. So we're going to skip that. Brucey B is still struggling. He has some really good plays. He has some decent plays, and he did get 6 points. So that is nothing. He also got 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. So he is still playing, and he's still having some impact, but it's still really unfortunate. And I can't tell. Maybe it's just his knees bothering him, because usually there's some reason why a player is not having a good impact on the game. And typically it's because they're either too tired or they're hurt. And of course, a lot of them are going to gut it out as much as they can, and they don't obviously come out and cry unless you're LeBron or whatever. But otherwise, you're going to gut it out. And even though you're gutting it out, when you're hurt, and it's going to show in your performance. So there's something going on there, I guarantee you. But still, full stats here for the game. Again, the Nuggets out-rebounded the Wizards 46-42. Let's go. 22 assists to their 20, so we out-assisted them. 9 steals to their 9, so we tied that up. We had 6 blocks to their 6, so we tied that up. We shot 44% from field. They shot 38%. We shot 34% from 3. They shot 30%. So just an overall kind of struggle for offenses on both ends, and you can see that in the final score as well. Like that wasn't the Wizards defense. I guarantee you that was not the Wizards defense that held the Nuggets to 107 points. That was just the Nuggets offense still struggling. We had 92%, or we shot 92% from field or from free throws. They shot 83%. We had how many turnovers? We had 11 turnovers. They had 14. We had 14 personal fouls. They had 21. So they were much more aggressive, obviously, and I get it. There are some coaches that coach their team in a way of, let's just foul as hard as we can, as much as we can, because they're not going to call everything. And that's unfortunately kind of a little bit of what happened tonight. And it's just unfortunate that the egregious ones that they were like so blatant and so unsportsmanlike were not called, because there was other ones that were called. And I would rather take a flagrant one being upgraded off of a clothesline than a feather touch on a mid-range jumper or whatever, Like, you gotta call these ones. Big Val took a shot to the face too. Nothing. Didn't get called. Didn't get upgraded. Didn't get even looked at. Like, come on. What are we doing here? Guys are getting literally hurt, and you're just like, play on. Like, I get that with feather touch fouls. Yeah, play on. We don't need that kind of stuff. But actual physical, like headbutting, clotheslining, like dirty, like WWE stuff, like that needs to be looked at. That is just ridiculous. But that's pretty much all I got for this episode. We have a couple more. This was an early game, so we still have some more games going on here. We still have, let's see. Houston lost to the Sixers tonight. Yes. 122-128. This is the one time that I'm probably going to root for the Sixers, or one of the few times, I should say. And then Charlotte beat Orlando 127-97. Sounds familiar. And then Sacramento is up right now in the second quarter against Utah. Let's go Utah. Not Sacramento, sorry, San Antonio. Come on, Utah. Beat the Spurs there. And then Minnesota is winning against Chicago right now in the fourth, 108-104. And then Golden State, with 57 seconds left, they are going to most likely lose to Dallas, 123-111. And then games that haven't started yet are the Lakers and Clippers, and then Heat and Trailblazers. So a rare game, I'm going to say go Clippers, and obviously go Heat. Let's go Miami Heat. And I have a lot more respect for Miami after Bam Adebayo, showed the amount of respect that he did in the previous game against the Nuggets. So I have been a lot more rooting for them lately. That goes a little far away with me. If you respect the Jokic and you respect the Nuggets, I'm going to respect you. And that's what Bam Adebayo did, especially seeing Jokic go out. But that's pretty much all I got for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe. Share it to your friends and family. And if you do feel gracious enough to give me a donation, the link for my PayPal is in the description below, as well as on the profile page. You can tack on a comment or a take of the game, of a player, of a different game, or a different team, a different player, whatever. Another sport or a movie, Oscar list just came out. If you want to talk about that, I'll shout you out in the next episode. Or if you want to talk about music or whatever, But you've been listening to CS 105.1, where I talk about the Nuggets with good vibes. We'll catch you tomorrow.